Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of A Little Bit Woo. We are your hosts, Kirsty and Jemma, and today we are talking about Marianne Williamson. So we have just actually returned this afternoon from a workshop with Marianne Williamson. Marianne Williamson is a world-renowned spiritual leader. She is an author of over 16 books and has one of the best-selling books, A Return to Love. Now, I heard about Marianne Williamson, I think back in, must be about 2018, it might even be 2017. I stumbled upon her book, A Return to Love, which is a course on the principles of A Course in Miracles. And I saw the book came through on as I think originally as, recommendation on audio. And I was like, ooh, A Return to Love, it sounds a bit me. And it was actually my commuting book. I used to listen to it every time I used to fly over to Holland to work. And it really resonated with me. Now, the reason why it resonated with me and is something that I feel, is quite open for me to share with you is that as a child, I was brought up in quite a religious background, a religious home. Well, actually, no, I'm telling a lie. Half of our family are religious and half of our family are atheists. I was brought up in the church. So I was brought up evangelical and was a good Christian girl all my life. Not now.
Until she started going out clubbing.
And no, I believe that it's been for me. I'm not going to take away that, and this is really brave. I'm just going to side note this for me to actually say this publicly. I don't believe in religion, but I have a faith.
Yeah.
And for me to actually get to a place in my own self-development and healing that I feel strong enough to say that now is something that it's the first time I've ever said that publicly. Because I was brought up in a religious setting and a good Christian girl. And then, life, I sort of started to step away from the church, I guess, in my 20s, and a sequence of events and stuff like that. And I started questioning stuff. And always what came through to me was I believe in love. I don't believe in religion. I believe in faith can be in many forms. And I've always believed that everything comes back to love, and what's done in a place of love, oneness and love, that's the foundation of most religions. But a lot of religions can also have control and implications that don't resonate with me. So I don't say I am necessarily Christian in inverted commas, but I have a faith. I have a belief. I believe in a higher power. So A Course in Miracles, which is what Marianne Williamson's book is based on, A Return to Love, it's actually based on a traditional Christian sort of philosophy, but I mean, just a side note, this is not a religious, it's a spiritual book. It's not a religious book. It's not all, Bible bashy at all. It's about what she refers to it as, it's almost like a form of psychotherapy. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
And they refer to it as basically it's a non-religious course.
Yeah.
So when I first read the book back in 2018, I think it must have been 2018, it really resonated with me because of my Christian upbringing, I could really resonate. And having, bless his heart, my granddad to me was the epitome of a godly man. You know, he had a heart of gold. I genuinely believe I've inherited it.
You are definitely your granddad's grandchild.
Yeah. His
just everything you've told me about your granddad, I'm like, it's you.
Yeah, I've got his genes, definitely. Yeah. So my granddad was very like the most non-judgmental, loving, generous, kind, would do anything for anybody, and he operated from a place of love in every sphere of his whole being. And like he would be like, oh, I'm not going to dive into that because I could gush about my granddad, but I was brought up with that everything should come from love and kindness and integrity, and honorability is the forefront of love. And so I guess for me, the book A Return to Love it resonated quite a lot with me, because I could familiarize a lot what was said, because I've been brought up in obviously a Christian background, and then life goes on as you do. And then it just so happened, well, obviously it doesn't happen, does it? That I was just scrolling, as you do, on Instagram one day, and it showed Marianne Williamson was doing a conference in Manchester. And instantly I was like, all that wave of the book that came back to me. And I was like, we have to do this. So I booked 2 tickets, of course I did. And I was like, Kirsty!
And there's me. Never heard of Marianne Williamson. Never, well, I have been in a church, but not religious in the slightest. And I was like, you know what? As I am with everything, if Jemma says it's good, we're going. And I'm going with an open mind and an open heart.
No pressure.
But yeah, I literally turned up not knowing what to expect at all. I'd listened to the podcast, half of the podcast, because I think he went off actually when I was listening to it.
Probably because I rang you.
Yeah, possibly. She kept saying, have you listened to the podcast? I'm like, no, Jemma, because I spend every time I'm in the car talking to you on the phone.
Sorry.
I have no time.
Sorry, I'm too
But
busy
yeah,
talking.
as I am on with everything on this journey in inverted commas, I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm open to it, Yeah. And I think it's a great way to be. Just be open to things. Because
then,
at first when they started talking, I was like, oh, we're in the monastery, which was absolutely beautiful inside. I can appreciate some beautiful architecture. And
yeah,
that was beautiful.
Agreed. If you can go to Manchester Monastery, so I mean, that was such a beautiful story behind that as well.
Yeah, and it was just uplit with purple lights as well, so it's almost like they knew we were coming.
They didn't bake us a cake though.
No,
Rude.
No cake.
Even the monastery. So the monastery was basically ended up being a bit of what's the word? Decapitated. Oh, frig.
Decapitated. I don't think that's the right word. Dilapidated.
One of the above. Decapitated, dilapidated, constipated.
I don't even know what the word is now. Dilapidated.
That one. It was left basically for rack and ruins, and then this lady, they were going to make it into apartments, and then didn't they say it was it was some type of fraudulent act that they ran away with the money or something weird?
Yeah. They took the deposits and then ran away with the money.
Yeah. So we got that. So the lady that bought it for 99p, and then has used the monastery to open it's now a venue for all things. We'll call it holistic.
Woo.
Honestly, I mean, the building was just. I was really when we drove it. I didn't really know what to expect. correct, if I'm being honest.
Well, I had Googled it to see where it was.
Of course
last
you did.
night.
I didn't.
The navigator here, typical Aries, had Googled it. So I'd had a little look, but yeah, I didn't. It was beautiful. And the courtyard was beautiful.
It took my breath away when we drove in because I was like, shit, it's massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
And one of the what was the thing she was talking about? The lines of energy in the building.
Oh, so she said that they'd built. When I was reading the things on the wall, they were saying that they'd built the monastery the opposite way to what they would normally, but then as the sun rose, it shone on the what are they called?
The windows?
No, the statues.
Oh, yeah.
It shone on the statues from that side, and then as the sun set on the other side, it shone on the statues from the other side. That's what the...
But then they were saying about the energy.
Yeah, so down the naves, down the middle, it ran from it was something to do with the sun's alignment. And then she said that the middle of the courtyard was also on one of the ley lines that runs around the earth and goes through areas of war. That specific ley line goes through areas of war. So she was like, if we generate energy here, that will technically be transferred through and uplift areas that are in dire straits at the minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was just, I mean, the fact that she came through my feed, I then looked at her podcast. Then Marianne's at the monastery on the summer solstice is pretty epic.
Well, they say things happen for a reason. We're all about things happening for a reason, and today clearly happened for a reason.
She has been a spiritual leader for over 40 years, and she is even one of Oprah's friends and spiritual guide.
And she's run for president twice.
She ran for president twice. Today was super special because for me it was just one affirmation after affirmation after affirmation after affirmation.
Yeah. It literally, all the things that you've been saying to me over the past few months, it was like you'd been in a conversation with her. And you...
But I'd not...
I know you hadn't been. I know you'd not even listened to anything of hers or anything, but it's literally like the thing she was saying was what you're saying. But you know, she even said, didn't she, that these conversations don't just happen here. Like other people all over are having the same conversations, and that's
do you know
not
what
just
she
by
even
chance,
referenced with? She talked about the crumbling as well, which is what Kirsty Jemma talked about at Manifest.
Yeah, the crumbling
and the time we're in, and a raising of a new consciousness.
Yeah, because she was talking about like the 20th century once you by being like I can't think of the word. I want to say mechanical, but not
manipulative.
No, it wasn't manipulative. No. But she was almost referring to that like masculine energy that Kirsty Gallagher was referring to. And then she was saying that now in the 21st century we've gone more holistic, which is more of a feminine, you know, divine feminine energy, isn't it? That's uprising. So again, you know, two people that they probably have spoken, but coming from very kind of different angles are talking about the same things. Like that can't just be coincidence, can it?
Yeah. And what I love about the book Return to Love is, the Principles of Course in Miracles is all based on that. It's about love bringing enlightenment, which then shifts self-perspective, and it's always looking at every situation we are a bit like the Lepton theory. Every situation we are in,
we're not reinventing the wheel.
No,
We're all just speaking the same, but from different things, aren't we?
One of the things that she said, which I wrote in my notes, was the culture that we live in now, and this is to me a lot of the horse world too, is that we are being trained to think in a place of segregation, fear, control, victimization. And this is not who we really are as beings.
No.
And to shift the perspective, we have to think from a place of love and light. And one of the first things I wrote at the top of my notes was darkness. Darkness is the absence of light, and we can only get rid of fear by replacing it with love.
Yep. Do you know what? I wrote the same thing. I put darkness is the absence of light as fear is the absence of love, which is what she said.
And the world we live in, is, if we can just reference it to the horsey world, it's so true.
But, you know, we're talking about love here, but we are, like, talking all hugging and loving and as in, like, really kind of namby-pamby lovey.
No.
We're meaning it's coming from a place of love, not...
Yeah.
You know, and that sometimes a place of love doesn't always have to be that you're encouraging things. You might be discouraging something from a place of love. I can't think what I wrote. I wrote something somewhere.
I think what was really nice was how Marianne acknowledged that we are only human and we live in a disconnected world and shit happens basically, but it's about how we have the choice to change that. But it depends whether what it was said in the Course on Miracles, there's only two things: there's love or fear, one or the other. It can only come from a place of fear, or it can only come from a place of love. So, but we have the choice which way to go.
And fear drives ego.
Fear drives
is what
ego.
The underlying tone was of most of what she was saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's not to say that, you know, we all have ego, every single one of us. If anyone says it's in us all.
Yeah.
We all have a level of ego. And sometimes a tiny bit of ego has to serve us in some way.
Yeah.
But it serves us. It's a learning device.
Yeah.
But it's also deceiving.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, do you know what just hit me now? This comes back to what Ross was saying about pivoting. Do you pivot before you get to that place and then change your mind? Oh, there's one for you, Mr. Cooper.
Mr. Cooper.
And it talked a lot about the feelings again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You should feel the feeling, and you should humour your feeling, but don't indulge in it.
Yeah, feel your feelings, but don't dive into them, basically, she was saying, wasn't she? Which, yeah, you know, that's, again, coming back to what we were talking about with Kirsty Gallagher and the anger. You know, you're allowed to feel anger, and you're allowed to feel your emotions, but you don't then have to let it define you and then start to dictate how you act, basically.
Yeah.
What I was getting at with the love's not like, you know, namby-pamby. She said, like, sometimes love Sometimes love says no.
Yeah.
And this is a gift to the other person usually. So
But that
that's
goes back
boundaries,
to,
isn't it?
yeah, but loving
Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah,
I think one of the things we've spoken about a lot over the last few months, haven't we, is unconditional love. And what is that? When if something comes from a place of unconditional love, it 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 comes from a place of being able to say that no,
yeah.
that's not great, or
Mm-hmm.
that's not nice, or you hurt me then.
Yeah.
But it's how you say it and
Mm-hmm.
how you present it is what comes from a place of unconditional love, and that's where the learning and the growth happens.
Yeah.
I look at it as like with training horses example. How many people do you think where I've heard it over the years, flipping heck, where people go, oh, my instructor, they're so negative, they're always shouting at me and blah blah blah. How do you learn from that?
You're always self-criticizing yourself then, aren't you?
No, but how? What generates that?
Yeah.
Comes from love.
Yeah.
Not. It comes from fear.
Yeah.
And fear drives darkness.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why we then start spiraling into such a toxic environment, horse world.
Yeah.
Because we've culturized ourselves into thinking that instructors should shout and scream at us and tell us we're a load of shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, they can say, what the hell are you doing there? But it can come from a place of love. A bit
Yeah.
like you do to me. What are your hands doing?
I was a bit worried about what she was about to say then, people.
What is your little finger doing?
Oh.
Oh. But that's it, isn't it? Like, I was like, oh, you're very Germanic today because you were very assertive. But
hang on a minute, right? Can we just get this context right? I had my Pippi Longstocking plaits.
You did
in
have
me
your Pippi
hair.
Longstocking.
I was channeling me inner German.
You were, and you really were.
I can skip. I am married to a German, so I'm allowed to take the mic.
I know that didn't make me feel hurt inside. I knew that it was coming from a place of love, which it always is with you, and that you just wanted me to ride better. Thanks. And as soon as I changed it, then yeah, I rode better.
So
and Pippi was happy.
Pippi's little plaits were wiggling from side to side. So one of the things that she references a lot is this thing called tomb time. And I was like, what the fuck is tomb time? I mean, I know what tomb time is. I come from a Christian background, so it was talking like the
well, she's talking about the crucifixion. We're not going all Jesus on us here, but it really made sense. So she was saying the crucifixion, tomb time is obviously like Good Friday, so Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And then the resurrection.
Yeah. So basically what she's referring to tomb time is it's the time of, so if you've done something wrong, or you've fucked up a little bit, or we all do it. I'm human. I've fucked up one too many times. I'm in me too. I've been in me tomb, haven't I? I feel like I'm starting to come out the tomb a little bit at the moment, and I think it's because I found the book again. I found the return to love and remembered my soul's purpose is to love, to be loved, to give love, to empower love. And I feel like I'm starting to come out of my tomb again.
Yeah.
But basically, your tomb time is, so what she's referring to tomb time is that, if there's a trauma in your life or something catastrophic, or you're in anger, or someone's pissed you off or hurt you or something like that, your tomb time is the time of self-reflection where you go inwards and you actually take accountability. What did you do?
Not what did other people do?
What did we live in a world where people do shit things to us or things like that, but we are only responsible for how we react, our play, and how we move forward to bring love back to the world. So Toon time is that self-reflection of what did I do? How did I react? How can I be better? How can I do better? And how can I graciously come back to love? She refers to it as a cosmic reset. And it's all our soul's purpose destination is always to try and get back to love.
Yeah.
And looking at the top of my page, we have a choice to change. It's up to us. The only person's responsible is ourselves. And she talks about, I love it, I put it at the top of my page of notes, and I wrote it with big stars and big letters, miracle mindset.
Yes, I've got that with stars next to it too.
She talked about the miracle morning as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
Which is what we talk about, how you set your day up.
Yeah.
And she was saying that, what was it? Discipline. Did I write that down? Basically, what she was saying is like, imagine when you get up in the morning, you wouldn't just leave the house all filthy dirty. You have a shower. And it's a disciplined part of your routine. You don't want to go out stinky. So she was referring to like your discipline in your practices is, even if they're just one little practice, like a gratitude shout out or a whatever, it's setting up your miracle mindset and setting up your morning so you can start being more aligned in your thinking and thought processing, so you can operate more in love.
Yes. Yeah. But that
I'm
again
waving the hand again, people.
That then comes back to like the frequency, doesn't it? If you're waking up in a good frequency, and like, going back to Kimberly Gallagher last week talking about the notches on where you are when you're waking up. Like if you're starting on a good notch, then you're going to be set up for a higher vibration of giving love. If you're on a lower notch, then you're going to be going out and terrorizing the world.
One of the things that A Course in Miracles is really all about, and I guess coming from the background I've come from, is I get it, and it's something that my granddad, I'll reference, I'm going to have to do a whole podcast about my granddad because he was one very special man, was the art of forgiveness. Now, again, and we've heard this from other books, from the Let Them and everything else, forgiveness is not pretentious. If like what Marianne was saying is like, you could go, oh well, I'm spiritual now, so I forgive you. No, it's not about that. It's about forgiveness is, I am willing to expand my interpretations of all scenarios, taking the ego away, and then saying, what did I do? How can I be better? How do I forgive myself? And then how do I turn the tides and turn the narrative with compassion?
Yeah.
In any situation. If you look at it with how we work with our horses, there's, going back to what she was saying, there's only love or there's only love or fear. There's nothing, one or the other. So if you're operating from a place of love, you have to be willing and willing to expand the interpretation of the way you see your horse, how you are with your horse, and be prepared to forgive. Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself
for your mistakes. Forgive yourself. I mean, if you're looking for it, I've always been brought up, and this is something that I feel like has come through in the last couple of weeks, is if you operate from a place of love, you already forgive before it's done.
Yeah. But I find it really interesting. So you're saying about the place of love or the place of fear, and she was saying that fear drives ego. And she said the ego always speaks first, and the ego always speaks loudest.
Yeah.
Like, how much ego do we? I mean, like you say, we all have ego to some degree, but there is so much ego out there sometimes, and that's.
And does it come from fear, or does it come? Is it shouting the loud? Because it comes from fear.
Yeah.
The people that are shouting the loudest are probably the most ego driven.
Yeah.
And I'm talking in all spheres.
Yeah.
Not just even in the holistic or natural way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And then she said, intuition does not yell, and it doesn't scream. So basically, you need to listen to your gut and not,
I said, I think I've said that to one too many clients this week. One too many. I can never say it no.
Go with what your gut says.
She, was it, who was it that said, again, going back to this, we say, oh, everything comes from a place of love. Yes, doesn't mean to say you have to be a walkover. You can say no. You can express how you are, but it's how you're saying it. And who was it she referenced to? Someone said, you can love, but you don't have to like them.
Oh, yes. I wrote that one down.
Who was it?
I'm not sure who said it, but she said.
Because she said it a few times, didn't she?
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, she'll come back to it in a sec. One of the things that obviously came through of, how to create our miracle mindset and how to operate from a place of love is actually learning to silence the noise.
I have to love my enemies, not like them.
So who said it?
I don't know. She said it.
No, she didn't. It was, I want to say it was, what's his name now?
I'll Google it.
Google it. Anyway, we're talking about silence and, to be able to operate from, to be able to be connected and operate from a place of love is about creating that space and silence. And it comes back to meditation, having that meditative time where you can just quieten the noise of, influences around you. She also referenced that that if you change your mind towards another person, that other person's getting the blessing as well, and that's what shifts a situation. One of the things she also referenced at, which really resonated with me, is that to create to create change, we've got to get almost on the battlefield, didn't she? And this is what she was saying, is there's so many like gifted people who are really rising up in a place of love, but then they're not getting involved, or not involved, but they're not in the muck and the mire, so to speak. They're staying out of it, and that doesn't create change.
She said, God doesn't give you the victory in battle, he raises you above the battlefield.
Yeah. So what I took from that, and it was something I said to, I think it was a conversation I had with Ross actually, where we were talking about the way the industry was going, and I was like, there's so much fear and segregation. And I think going back to what we were saying about the purist versus the realist, there's this massive divide where you've got two complete ends of the spectrum. And then, but to create change, we've got to be able to be on the battlefield, inverted commas. It was a conversation I had with Ross where I was talking about a lady, a friend of both of ours, and she works in a riding school, but she's brought horsemanship into the riding school and is now teaching the children how to connect with the horses and what to look for and the behavior and stuff. I have so much admiration for that, because that's what I was saying. The only way we can change the industry is to get alongside everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it comes from a place of love. And I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. What if it comes from a place of love? You're halfway there.
Yeah.
How many times have I said that over the last bloody how many months, Kirsty?
You say it all the time to me.
If it comes from a place of love, you're all right.
You're all right. Oh, dear me.
Oh, yeah, you go. The portal is opened on the battlefield. That's what I wrote down.
Oh.
Oh, and then here's one for you. When we over-identify with trauma, you can't get rid of it. Only compassion does.
Drop the mic. Not in your cup of tea.
Not got tea today. I'm on electrolytes. It's too hot.
Oh, dear me.
That's yeah. I think a lot of it was all about how to change your mindset of bringing everything back to the present, the moment. One of the things she said was how we inhabit this moment is where the miracle happens, the magic happens. So she was referring to, you know, if you stop, you know, tune in.
Yeah. And be present. How many other things that we listen to is about being present?
Because heaven, and we're not talking about religion, heaven, joy, peace, love. Heaven is an awareness of our oneness. A oneness of our horses. That's our heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
Our oneness with our joy.
Yeah.
That's our heaven.
Ooh, heaven is a place on earth.
Oh God, she's on. Attunement is a correction of perception. I love that. What does Warwick Schiller? Oh, we're talking about him again. What does Warwick Schiller talk about attunement?
Being seen, being felt. No. Being seen, being seen, being felt. No. Being seen, being heard, feeling felt, and getting gotten. I mean, they're not his words, are they? They're
No, but that's basically attunement is the correction of perception.
Yeah.
And if you look at it with horses, and yeah, it's our correction of perception. Our perception of a horse's behavior. Attunement is being seen, heard. What was it again?
Feeling felt and getting gotten.
Do you know what I love is that it doesn't matter how many times you hear it or the different ways it says, it always hits different. No one's reinventing this wheel.
No. And I think that, that's really brought it home for me these last 2 weeks, listening to all these amazing people, is, there's so much that's like can be applied to the horse world. It's not just, these people that are speaking to us are horsey in the slightest, but there's so many parallels that can be drawn. We are just living in one world, aren't we? Like, it's not horse world and human world. It is just one world, but it's so, all the parallels that can be drawn from what we're learning on these self-development weekends that we've been on, that we can then translate into the horse world and just almost see what is going on in the horse world through eyes of compassion, rather than getting into the, getting in and down and lowering our vibration because of all the tickle tackle and everything else that's going on. we're rising above it and almost looking down onto it and going,
Because your good intentions is not enough. Your willingness is everything.
yeah. But it's so true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can have good intention, but if you're not willing to do the work, then
Mm-hmm.
nothing's going to change, is it?
No.
So yeah.
Oh, Marianne Williamson. I have literally, so she's written 16 books, and I have literally gone on my audio and just gone buy, and buying all, and I'm going to go back and read. This has been, try not to get emotional actually. This has been a really big, special catalyst for me. Because a book I read, which I just found, like, who the fuck is she? Oh, like the sound of that book, read it, and I was like, whoa. However many years ago, 7-8 years ago.
And you've literally morphed into her in that time, it appears, after today.
I think I morphed in from her from the day I was born.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you did, but I was like, honest to God, I was listening to Marianne today, and I was like, I swear you're her twin sat next to me.
Not quite. I'd love to. That'd be nice. Well, I am.
We're all one. We're all one. But yeah,
no,
I mean, yeah. What did you just say? Do you want to wrap this up?
Well, I'm sure we still have a lot of licking and chewing over it. I feel a little bit of a...
we can probably sense from how we're talking that we're just almost in a little bit of a
love hangover.
Yeah.
I'm in the sweetest hangover.
I mean, it's all new to me, is all this. Not love, but, you know, just the way of looking at things. So I feel I'm in a very different place to you after today, but I've come out of it a different person to what I went in. Just by, you know, taking on some of the things that's been said. I mean, I feel like
thing is, it's
about 200 foot down this rabbit hole, but I've just opened the door.
I love that, though, because it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for.
No, I know.
Like, I was brought up in a church environment. And if I'm being honest, I've got so much of that to be thankful for. Because it's set some fucking solid foundations in my life that I do stand by. They're my morals.
Yeah.
But life happens, shit happens, and everything else. But to be able to bring it back to the thing that's always been at the forefront of everything you've done ever since you were a child, which is love, is a special moment. And horses. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing this work for 2 seconds or 20 odd years. What you couldn't, it's the attunement is the correction of interpretation.
Yeah.
What you could interpretate something, and that could be, I could look at it in a different way and be like, oh shit, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
But we're one. We're all on the same level. So to me, it's like, I don't care. Like, I know you keep, in fact, I'm just going to say, you need to stop saying, oh, I'm new to this, because we're all one, aren't we?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. There's no hierarchy. There's no, I'm better than you, you're better than me. We're all equal. So, and that's the same as horses. It doesn't matter. Oh, she's getting a bit scouse now.
Oh, she's going. She's passionate. The scouse is coming out.
If you've been a therapist for 5, I mean, I always say, I've been in the industry for 26 years. I'm fucking proud of being in the industry for 26 years, that I've stayed in my lane and done something very woo. That's the only reason why I say it. It's not to say, oh, I know it, I'm better than anybody else, because I don't operate from that place. That's a place from fear. I operate from love. Woo! And I believe in lifting people up.
Yeah.
Collaboration. Something I believe, you know,
bringing everyone together. Not
what
pushing
did you
everybody
say
apart.
To Ross the other day? We started a little bit woo to champion people. And that comes back to love and oneness. So it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for. You know, you could be on this journey, new to it, for, listen to our podcast and picked up a crystal and gone, oh, well, fucking hell, I might as well give it a go. Do you know what? You might learn something about that crystal that might open up a pathway to love. And then you come back and say something to us that I'd be like, holy shit, never thought about that before.
Yeah.
It's one, we're all the same.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to the horse world, we need to cut the crap.
Well,
Operate from a place of love and forgiveness. I've got a lot of people I need to forgive when I have the opportunity to say it. But first of all, I will forgive myself. But I'm going to lay that at the altar, so to speak, in inverted commas, because that's where the miracle happens, isn't it? That's when we start shifting and operating from a more aligned place of love. And that's where the miracles happen. That's literally what she keeps saying. That is the course of miracle. The miracle will happen when it comes from a place of love. Oh. I think I need to go and lie down. I need to go and pray. I'm going to go and... Oh, it's summer solstice tonight, Kirsty. I think we need to go and lie on the grass.
We'll do that. I feel like we need to ground after this.
Well, all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is week 2 of 4. So we've got a lot more.
I mean, the 4th week is Save the Rave at Liverpool, so what stories come from that?
Hello, back to Mad Joy, which is why love and joy.
We might just film the whole day for your enjoyment.
I don't know. I mean, have you? I can't sing, can I?
No.
Fucking hell. No. Right, well, she's operating from a place of love, wasn't she?
I was thinking about me screeching on the camera. Not you.
Anyway, I think we should leave it there, and we need to go and put our bare feet on
We're going to ground.
So, yes.
And dance around.
Absolutely, and celebrate the summer solstice.
Yes.
So, thank you so, so much. As always, please feel free to like, subscribe, share it with a friend, pass on the pod, and share on a bit of love. And
spread the love, guys.
Spread the love. If we want to change this world, if we want to change the horse world, we need to operate from a place of love. So let's get on it. And we will see you next Tuesday for a little bit more woo.